You've got the skills. You're booking gigs. Your clients are happy. Maybe you're shooting weddings on the weekends and editing late at night, running a whole other business in the margins of your already busy life. And somewhere in the back of your head, you know, this could be more than a side gig. This could be my full-time job. But every Monday morning, you show up, you clock in, and you tell yourself, just not yet. Maybe when I have more money saved up, more clients lined up, more confidence. Well, if that's you, I made this video for you because that feeling isn't telling you to wait. That's fear, and it's lying to you. My name's Josiah. I'm a wedding photographer and videographer. My wife and I run a full-time business where we shoot photo and video for high-end clients. I love what I do, but I didn't get here the easy way. I went full-time the hard way. I burned out at my 9-to-5, walked out the door, and figured out the rest along the way. I'm making this series because I honestly wish someone had sat me down before I did that and told me exactly what I'm about to tell you. So, here's what fear sounds like in the creative industry. I'll go full-time when I have 10 weddings booked. I need 6 months of expenses saved up first. What if nobody takes me seriously? What if I fail and have to ask for my job back? Those sound like practical concerns, and some of them actually are. But most of the time, it's just fear wearing a costume. Because if you're booking jobs, if your clients are happy, if people are paying you for your creative work, you already have a business. You're just not running it full time yet. The thing standing between you and full time isn't your skill level, it isn't your gear, it isn't even your savings account. It's the fact that this leap feels permanent, irreversible, like there's no going back. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I want to be straight with you because I don't think anyone else in this space is going to be. There are real advantages to going full time. You're building something that's yours, and there's no ceiling on what you can earn. You set the rates, the schedule, and the standards. And you get to be creative every single day for people trusting you with the most important moment of their lives, their wedding day, and their family. And those are things that they're going to look at and watch every single year. Honestly, there's nothing like it. But there are real challenges too. There are no guaranteed paychecks, and the slow months are real. The mental game is harder than people talk about. There's no boss to blame when things go wrong, no HR department when a client's being difficult. You are the business. And that's a lot to carry. I'm not here to hype you up and tell you to quit tomorrow. I'm here to give you an honest picture and then to show you how to do it the right way. Because here's what I figured out from going through this myself and watching my wife go through it completely differently. There is a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. We've done both, and I'm going to break them both down for you side by side so you can see exactly what the difference looks like in real life. But first, I want to make sure you actually understand what's happening when that fear shows up. Because if you don't understand it, it wins every time. If this is already connecting with you, go ahead and subscribe. I'm building this whole series for people in exactly this position, and I don't want you to miss it. Okay, back to fear. Here's what I've learned. The fear of going full time isn't really about failure. It's about identity. You've probably defined yourself, at least partly, by that stable job, the benefits, the security, the story you tell yourself about being responsible. And full-time creative work doesn't really fit that story. So the fear shows up. And it sounds really reasonable, really mature, really practical. But what it's actually doing is keeping you exactly where you are. The question isn't, am I ready? The better question is, do I have any evidence that people will actually pay me for this? That's it. That's the filter. Not, am I the best in my city? Not, have I hit some arbitrary quality standard? Just, have people paid me? Have they come back? Have they referred me? If yes, you already have a business. The rest is just logistics. So here's how I did it. I was absolutely miserable at my work. Not because my job was terrible, but because I knew I was supposed to be somewhere else. I was not made to work in a cubicle. Almost every weekend I was shooting, running a whole business in the margins of a job that was already draining everything I had left. Eventually I burned out and I quit in a blaze of fire, but I didn't have a specific savings target. No client pipeline that was fully locked in. I just quit. And it worked out. I'm grateful for that. But there were months I didn't know if we were going to be okay. Real stress, real doubt. Moments I questioned everything. Not because I wasn't good enough, but because I had crossed the bridge before it was built. And that's not the version I want for you. My wife did it differently. She built her photography business while she was still working. She tracked every month what she was making on the side versus what her job was paying her. She set a real target, a specific number, the exact point where leaving made more financial sense than it did staying. And when she hit it, she left. Clean and simple, confident, with a real foundation already underneath her. I watched her do all of that, and then I burned out and quit anyways. Not because I didn't see the right way, I was literally watching it happen in real time, but fear doesn't care about logic, and burned out people don't make calculated decisions. They just leave, like I did. Her first year full-time looked completely different from mine. Not because she's more talented, but because she built the bridge before she crossed it. That's the difference. I'm making these videos because I wish someone had done this for me. When I went full-time, I was figuring it out from scratch. YouTube videos, forums, good old trial and error. Some expensive mistakes along the way. If I had someone a few years ahead of me who had already been through it, sitting me down and saying, here's the mindset, here's the math, here's what you actually need to do before you quit, I would have gotten here a lot faster and with a lot less damage along the way. That's what I'm trying to be for you. Not a guru, not someone trying to tell you what to do, just someone who's been through it and came back with a real roadmap. This creative life is worth it. You get to use cameras every single day, tell stories for a living, and be there for the most important moments in people's lives. Not to mention, you get to give them something they're going to cherish forever. No boss, no ceiling, and your time is yours. If you commit to this, you will not regret it. So here's your challenge this week. Write down the 3 things you're most afraid about going full-time. Then go through each one and ask yourself, is this wrong or is it fixable? Most of them will be one of those two. That's where it starts.